Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities.
Hi everyone. So the end of last week's episode, you saw us make landfall after a 2-week transatlantic cruise from New Jersey into the port of Rome, Civitavecchia, and apologies if I keep pronouncing that wrong. From here, we plan to spend about 6 weeks on land in Italy, and this week's episode, you will see us spend a day or two in a small town called Santa Marinella, which is in between Civitavecchia and Rome proper. And then we head to Rome for a very disastrous day. And keep watching and you'll find out why. We didn't get off the ship till, what, 8:25. We got off the ship with our packs. Walked to the train station, on the train immediately. First stop, 6 minutes, Santa Marinella. Found our B&B within 10 minutes of walking. Dropped our stuff because our room was ready. And we walk literally 3 minutes and we're at this place on the beach. So, welcome to Santa Marinella. It's gonna be a good time. It's just beautiful here, really, really beautiful.
It's too funny. So he walks up to the boat in the water.
First night here in Santa Marinella, and dinner
Cheers.
is not open till 8 o'clock at most places. So we're actually sitting down at the marina and we have a picnic. And we have some Serrano and some provolone.
And we would have had wine.
We have some grapes and we have some Heineken. And we would have had wine except for the fact that nothing here is screw top, everything is cork. And so we bought a bottle, but there's no corkscrew at our bed and breakfast that we could find. So we found a replacement boat. Look at this. Is this not something out of a mini James Bond movie? The best part about this little boat is this. It doesn't have an engine on it. And it's for sale for 9,850 euros. But look at it, little yellow beauty. I want it. It's not even on the trailer, it's just laying on the ground.
So this gets to be hard to take. Wine in Paris, beer in someplace. I have more trouble. Civitavecchia. Yeah, so we're just walking around, saw this place, saw these tables outside. Thought we'd order a beer. You walk in, you buy a beer, buy some bread, they give you a glass, you can sit outside and drink it. So, massive big Peronis, which are probably twice the size of a regular bottle, and they're €3, so that works. Have to spoil it with some bread though.
Well, we just bought our very first gelato. We got 3 flavors, covered in whipped cream and a white chocolate wafer.
Good morning. Welcome on board in 12553 train. The train will arrive in Roma Termini. Trinidad wishes you a pleasant journey.
And now for Rome, where we initially planned to visit for 3 days. Our experiences within the first 5 minutes quickly changed our minds. I had to pay €1 to use the public washroom in the train station. And as the swing gate opened for me to enter the facility, a street person out of nowhere slimed and rubbed past me and took my entry, costing me another €1, and a heavy arm scrub once inside. I'll leave the rest to your imagination about my frame of mind at that moment. And let's just say it ruined a day that hadn't even started. Ian, well, he had his own rubbish time outside the train station, and I'll let him tell you all about that. Keep watching.
Welcome to Rome. We've just gotten aboard the hop-on, hop-off bus to get our bearings around the city, see a few sights. And before you actually got on the bus, I was assaulted by a homeless man, home-challenged man, who was immediately arrested by the police. Welcome to Rome. So we have noticed there's an awful lot of spray paint and graffiti, as well as quite a bit of garbage. Not to mention the endless horn honking. Really like about the hop-on, hop-off buses is you get a chance to see the city, get your bearings, and it generally takes you to all the highlights. So one of the most famous landmarks in Rome is the Colosseum. Really remembered for the 50 BC Super Bowl game between the Cardinals and the Lions. Everybody remembers how that turned out. Not really being a history buff, some say that the Colosseum was also known for having the first food concession stands. Problem was, the only thing you could order was a Caesar salad. Now, one of the things we did want to do was get inside and do the tour of the Colosseum, but after seeing the lineups, which were apparently it was like a 2-hour wait to get in if you didn't previously have tickets, and that's just not what we were interested in doing. We'd sort of had enough by this time, and bye-bye Colosseum. Continuing our tour, the next stop was this outdoor oval grassy area, which held the original chariot races. I prefer to think of it as the birthplace of Formula One. But that night that we were there, they were actually preparing it for an outdoor rock concert. That would have been worthwhile staying for. Continuing on, you can see that parking really comes at a premium. I'm not sure I'd really want to have a car in downtown Rome. Things did settle down a little bit, and we were able to actually enjoy some of the architecture, and it was very impressive. I'm looking for a Rocky statue at the top of these stairs, but I don't see it. Still lots and lots of people. Again, the buildings are amazing. And then the chaos starts all over again. Side of the bridge is the Vatican, and interesting enough, on this side are some refugees, both looking for a donation. I think that little fellow may have just left them one. As we leave the city center and get more to the residential neighborhoods, you can see that parking is still a premium, and every square inch is used. Now, this demonstration, I'm not sure how long these guys would live in Los Angeles with the gun laws, but here it's pretty impressive. There's no fear whatsoever.
It's like a Trojan horse.
Like we say, parking was at a premium. I'd like to see this guy open his doors when he came back. So, being stressed out just riding around on the bus, we thought maybe it's time to shut things down for the afternoon, try and find someplace to just reflect on what we'd seen, mellow out, have a nice glass of wine, just, someplace like in Oak Bay in Victoria, really calm and quiet. And this is what we found. It was great. One glass of wine was great. 2 was better. 3 was fantastic. And then we took a vote. That was 2-0. Bye-bye, Rome.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare